is going to be a landmark in the way we understand Hindutva today, and it will also serve a very important historical purpose in as much as in the coming generations, in the coming years. This is a book that a lot of scholars, academics, politicians, and anybody who wants to understand and study Hindutva from a very neutral and an objective perspective will come back to it repeatedly. Given the fact that over the last so many decades, both domestically as well as at international levels, Hindutva has been unjustifiably derided with twisted logic, with spin doctors peddling an agenda. There is great need that more and more work with great scholarship, backed with research, backed with facts, come so as to dispel the myths, the vested propaganda that has been so, in a manner of sorts, in an industrial scale, attempted in the last so many decades. So, at the very outset, I want to thank, on behalf of all of you, on behalf of a lot of young people especially, because the audience of this book is primarily going to be today's generation and the coming generation. I want to thank Arbindan for this really very scholarly, very erudite book on Hindutva, its origin, and also most importantly, its future. Perhaps there are almost 100 pages of just reference material that Arbindan has given in the book in the last 100 pages, which goes to show the painstaking research that he has done to produce a book of this kind. The book is voluminous, not just in size. Annamalai was outside just jokingly asking Arbindan if he has transferred all his weight to the book. That is the kind of effort that Arbindan has put behind this. I of course haven't had the opportunity to go through the whole book, though I have made attempts to read as much as I could. There are 3-4 important areas where Arbindan has made very original contribution. One is his very effective, very fact-based rebuttal of the false charges that have been imposed on Hindutva. For example, the Hindutva movement was characterized falsely as a racist movement. Arbindan does a phenomenal job of rebutting this charge by not only scripturally quoting how the universal consciousness is the basis, but he also historically points out how even before India gained independence, Hindu Sanghatanist leaders like Dr. Khare were the ones who led the anti-racist movements in favor of Indians in South Africa, and how it was the Hindu leaders, even independent India, put up a strong fight against racism, not just in domestic India but also at important international forums like the United Nations. In the same way, questions of Akhand Bharat, which the opponents of this ideology describe as a geographical imperialistic idea, has also been effectively addressed. So has issues of cow worship and cow slaughter. Also, the most important and very highly contested idea of caste and birth-based discrimination, which has been used by the leftists and the Marxists as a knife to puncture 100 wounds in the Indian society, has also been very clearly established right from the study of Swami Shraddhanand to Ambedkar to Savarkar to the whole Hindu Sanghatan response to caste. So these are some things that which are really impressive in the book. The other point that Arbindan makes is also very interesting, is about Hindutva and science. Something that, as somebody who has grown up reading Swami Vivekananda or Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo and Swami Vivekananda have been the greatest proponents of understanding Hindu philosophy and its ideas through the prism of science and modernity. So the argument that Aravindan ji makes of how Hindutva can be a worldview of consciousness which will lead us all into a more scientific, more rational based, more scientific world, and thereby Hindutva will also be is not just a thing of a relic of the past, but is a very living consciousness, a very living worldview, which is going to catalyze us into a more prosperous and a more modern future. I think through all of these very original ideas and contributions, Aravindan ji has done a great service to the cause of Hindutva, to dispel myths, to put forth the real facts, and also give it original insight in terms of what it can offer in the future. These times, on behalf of a very grateful young generation, I want to thank Aravindan ji for the great contribution he has made. Thank you so much,
for your opening remarks on the book, and especially the very fact that you come from Tamil Nadu, where we are at the front line of the ideological war, with a very radical version of Dravidian ideology. How do you see this work and this contribution to the public discourse?
Thank you, Abhinav-ji, and it's a great occasion here to be with Aravindan ji. I would call him as the best original Dharmic Tamil writer alive, as today. It's not very easy for Aravindan ji coming from Tamil Nadu, and many a time is fighting a very lonely fight. His fights are always lonely, but he still has taken the mantle upon himself, writes books after books, gives thoughts after thoughts in Swarajya magazine, and I'm very happy to see the book has reached the capital city, Delhi, with the eminent audience here. Professor is here, Professor is here, my dear friend Tejasvi Surya is here, and some of the best intellectuals are sitting here. And coming from Tamil soil, 70 years, the way it was twisted. If I entered to Tamil Nadu now, if you ask me, the most abused word, the current political lexicon in Tamil Nadu, I would use the word called Sanatana Dharma. Every single politician in Tamil Nadu, mostly from the DMK side, every day they at least use the word called Sanatana Dharma a couple of times. Sanatana Dharma is going to enter Tamil Nadu, please stop. Sanatana Dharma is already here, please stop. If you catch one guy, you ask him, can you explain what is this Sanatana Dharma to mean? And even if he will say, no, Sanatana Dharma means the upper caste trying to dominate the lower caste. Sanatana Dharma means somebody, the Aryans trying to invade the Indians. Nobody has got a real clue about what Sanatana Dharma is. And because this is what it was taught to them over the last 70 odd years, the textbooks are graded, people are given awards after awards in Tamil soil, and that has become like an institutional memory for 3-4 generations. So the book is very heavy because he has got a lot of heavy load lifting to do, because he has to break a lot of myth. And honestly speaking, after he has sent me the soft copy, I carried a printout of that. What is that you are carrying? Why is it such a big book? Because I printed that to read it. And the way he has dissected it, he has entered into it, like our friend Tejasvi Surya said, historical arguments, he has built counter arguments to that, and very fascinating for me. Now the book is the comparison to science. We all know Hindutva is closer to nature. It's more a sense of evolution. Anything that is closer to nature has to obey the laws of science. Without obeying the laws of science, nobody can be closer to nature. For example, if you look at me, I've taken a Sabarimala Virata. So I'm wearing a dhoti, I'm in the process of undertaking a certain penance, and I'm going through a certain mandala. So this is Hindutva for me. I was waiting for somebody to connect all these dots and present it to this generation of audience, the young people here, the way it should be presented. He has done it very accurately here. 48 days, Sabarimala, we follow a mandala because every 48 days, your whole self gets regenerated. That is the law of science. And why do you undertake a penance in a certain way? There is science to it. Why do you take a coconut with you? There is a science to it. But this was in a way called a pseudoscience because we were never given the scientific angle to it, the laws of nature angle to it. So here, he has done a great job of building all these arguments together. That is the biggest takeaway from the book for whatever I've read it now, till now. And second, especially for Tamil audience, when I hope and pray I will be able to very soon translate this into regional language because it's very important. And translating this into regional language is going to take this to a much further set of audience. Because they have to understand this is not something that is being propagated by one political party within quotes BJP or by one organization within quotes RSS or by certain individuals within quotes XYZ. This is there for centuries. Only now we are trying to put words to it, trying to put a mala to it to a larger audience to say